Hello everyone. I'm so glad you have joined me today. I love sharing my ideas with you and I hope I inspire you with today's creation. This is my last play with Floral Essence. As of a week and a half, the annual catalog will no longer be active and our new one will be live. So if you don't have this set and you want it, make sure you order it. Make sure you sign up for my newsletter also. Don't miss out on my great ideas. All right, let's see what we're going to do today. This is the card we're going to create. Isn't it a pretty card? Perfect card for Mother's Day. And I chose to do mine in Bumblebee, but you could do yours in any color you want. So let's get started. I'm going to pull in a piece of scrap paper and I'm going to pull in a piece of white. And then I'm using a stencil that looks like this. And I'm going to set this down on my paper, and I'm not really holding it in place. If you think it's going to move on you, take and apply some tape to the back. I'm going to use a light tan color to add my stenciling, and I'm gonna add quite a bit at the bottom and work my way up and make it lighter. So I started down here really dark and then I went up, and if you want a smoother look, don't start in the middle, start off. I started there, or start with the really light hand and then make it darker, push harder. So it's just a matter of adding your color, and the center of my ink pad is lighter than the edges. So when I get in here and I want just a light color, I'm going into the center, and that way I'm not going to get those blobs either. I have a tendency to get blobs, and everybody does. It's just a matter of I don't think my paper underneath moved. I think it was the whole thing. And you just keep adding color. And then to see, I pick this up and look at it, and when I'm happy, then I stop. I think I need a little bit more up here in this direction, so I'm going to add a little bit more here. And just keep swirling it around. All right, let's see now. Oh, yes, there we go. See? Not hard, just got to keep playing with it and see. That's the hardest part of this whole card. All right, to add some interest, I'm pulling in some Bumblebee gingham ribbon just because I love gingham. This is such a fun card to do. I'm going to add some some double-sided tape to the top to hold my ribbon in place, and I have to pull off my backing and then flip this back over so I can get it on the top and straight. So I stick down the one side and then I straighten it out and stick down the other side. And then I come back with more tape, double-sided tape on top to hold it in place because I don't want it to move. All right. This can go on our card base, and it's just a half a sheet of cardstock cut in half and then fold that half in half. So it's like a quarter sheet of a cardstock. Mine happens to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when it's finished, but You know, if you're from Australia, England, they use A6 card size and ours is A4. So just take whatever size that you use and use that. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna put this on here and make sure, I always make sure I open it, so I put this on the front. Once that glue grabs, there's no moving it or getting it up. So, all right, there we go. So my card base is done. The next thing I did was, Timeless Tulips has the Happy Mother's Day stamp in it. So I'm pulling that out with a green. And I'm going to, whoops, got it on my finger. I'm going to stamp the Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to open this back up so it's flat right up here, like so. And that's such a pretty font, isn't it? So feminine. All right, there we go. Now, what I did was I took the image, where's my stamp set? Here it is. I took this image and I stamped it with a yellow, on a yellow, a light yellow. And then I took, as you can, no, it was white. Never mind. I stamped it in yellow on white. And then I took the blending brush and some yellow ink and I colored over top of it. My center was done using Cherry Cobbler. And I off-stamped it. This one wasn't, and it was so dark you lost all the details. So I off-stamped it to get, that's known as a second generation stamping, to get my, be able to see some of those details. The leaves were stamped with a green, all right. And then I'm going to use the coordinating punch to punch them out. Like so. I've gone through and pulled all my stamp sets that are retiring. Now I need to go through, and this is the hardest one for me. I have to pull out all my retiring embossing folders and dies, because I do have some. Oops, not big enough. Let me find a post-it note over here to use. I can't hold on to it, so I'm gonna use a post-it note. Get it in there and get it lined up and punched. So I know I'm losing my stitched shapes, stitched ovals, or layering ovals and layering squares. So I'm not happy about that, but I will be using them because they're easy to use. All right, I'm going to take my image and I'm going to use some glue dots to add my, I need another thing of glue dots, add my leaves, and I'm putting it on the front of my leaf, because if not, your leaf will go on backwards, and I'm going to pinch it to take it off. So I'm going to put one down here like so. All right, and then I'm going to put two up here, and I am going to kind of stagger them. So that's why you put your glue dot on the front, so that your leaves show up. This is going to go on my card with dimensionals. Pop dots, foam tape, whatever you call them. So I'm going to add these to the back, and I'm going to make sure I hit my leaves on my punched piece, because if I don't, they're not going to be supported and run the risk of being ripped off, broken off, whatever you want to call it. Messed up, for lack of a better term. All right, I've got all my dimensionals on, and I'm going to use my pokey tool to take it off. All right, I'm going to do the others, get them all off. Now, when you go to take them off your leaf, hold your leaf. Don't pull at it or you'll rip the leaf off. I have done that, so just be careful of that. Then you have to take the whole thing off and start again. All right, and then this is going to go down here in this corner like so. The last thing is a bow using that same ribbon. And I'm going to add that to my card base like so. Okay. All right, let me get this off. All right, there it is. Just add this with the glue dot also. See, I'm almost out. Have to find another roll in the drawer. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to put this one on this side, only because I have that there and it would interfere with it. So there it is. And don't forget, do the inside and the envelope. I hope you've enjoyed my creation today. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my ideas. If you got a crafty friend, let them know about my channel. I hope you give this card a try or another idea similar to this. If you do, share it with me. I love seeing how you use my ideas to make your own thing. Have a great day.